I am honored to be here in Tomsk. I flew all the way from Las Vegas, Nevada. Who here has been to Las Vegas? Thank you for bringing your rubles and leaving them with us. The reason why I am here today is to share with you how you can make more rubles to come to Las Vegas so that you can leave them with us. Friends, the world is changing faster than we can even imagine. And let's see here, can we get the, we got this synced up yet? Yeah, let's see here. That's the book. And would you switch over to the slide deck? And while we're doing that, who would like, feels free to sing along. Who would like to have a copy of my newest book? Who really, really wants a copy of this book? I mean, who wants it the most? Who do you think really, really wants it the most? I don't see the person who wants it the most. Who's the person that wants it the most? Yes! Yes! My friends, to win, you've got to get up off of your, I was thinking, chair. But yes, you've got to go for it. We actually have a digital copy of my book for all of you, thanks to Rubius. And since you are here, you will get that as part of your package afterwards. So thank you. I hope you enjoy it. How to pivot to profit from IT disruption. And with that in mind here, the world is changing faster than you can imagine. Part of the reason why is because of Martek's law. Martek's law says that technology changes at an exponential rate, thanks to Moore's law. Who here is familiar with Moore's law? Okay, good. It looks like about 60% of you. For the rest of you, Gordon Moore, different guy. Gordon Moore in 1965 wrote an article in Electronics magazine. Very few of us were alive in 1965. Yeah, a few of us. And Gordon was one of the co-founders of Intel. And he observed that the number of transistors on an integrated circuit were doubling every 12 months. And would do so as far into the future as he could see. But we still see that today. We double the amount of compute power that we have available every 12 to 18 months. And we're on this really steep part of the curve. Yet, an organization's capacity to change, a person's ability to change with that happens very slowly at a logarithmic rate. And over time, this gap gets very big, requiring a reset of the organization. We see that all the time. Half of the companies in the Fortune 500 change every 10 years because they can't keep up with change. And this has been called Martek's law. Martek stands for marketing technology. There's massive changes in the way that we can go to market, and all of us must become masters of marketing technology if we're going to win. I'm going to talk about that in the next session after I'm done here downstairs. How do you create extreme value? A big part of that is about how do you market. And so this change in marketing causes people to not be able to keep up with the marketing. Today, I suggest you think about Martek's law and your customers. How big is this gap between the technology that's available and where they are in their capacity to use the technology? And it's changing how we do everything. Mark Benioff, who is the CEO of Salesforce.com, says companies are no longer competing against each other. They are competing against speed. Who can keep up faster than anybody else? And so how do you stay ahead of this digital disruption that occurs because of Martek's law? Well, the answer is you reinvent you. We have to keep reinventing ourselves over and over again. Eric Hoffer said, in times of change, learners inherit the earth, while the learned find themselves beautifully equipped to deal with a world that no longer exists. So that means we have to unlearn and relearn over and over and over again. I want to give you another view of this. Peter Drucker said results are obtained by exploiting opportunities, not by solving problems. I want you to stop solving problems because there's not enough money there. There's way more money in exploiting technology. And the technology that we see is artificial intelligence, virtual reality, augmented reality, the Internet of Things. Anybody here order things from Amazon.com upon occasion? Anybody do that? Yeah, a few hands go up. In the United States, Amazon has this little device that's called a dash button. A dash button. They have 4,000 of these things for a variety of brands. This happens to be for Tide detergent. It's the #2 most popular button. You put this where your washing machine exists, and when you need more detergent, you push the button, and it shows up the next day. Now, the most popular one is for toilet paper. The third most popular one is for condoms. How come you laugh at that? Put this by the bedside, right? Keep hitting the button, is that what? That's what I thought. Russians, yeah. Yeah. We're going to see a lot of this technology everywhere, where you push a button and something happens. And the interesting thing about this is that when somebody pushes this button, they don't even think about price. All they think about is, I need it, I want it to show up. That changes how people look at the world. It changes how we buy things. So, I want to share with you 4 ways to stay ahead of technology so that you can profit. Number 1 is understand your target market identity. This is number 1 because it's the most important thing. You must create products that match the identity of people who you want to sell to. Who here is a sports fan? Who's a sports fan? Woo! Yeah! All right. Do you consider yourself to be a rational, logical person? Sure you do. You're in technology. Does your team win all of the time? No. Is there a team that wins more often than your team? Yes. Why aren't you following the winning team? Because that is not your identity. Sports fans, they identify with a team whether they win or lose. You want to find customers that identify with you no matter what. So, people buy to express their culture, reinforce their identity, and gain prestige. And identity is a moving target. As people get older, as people go from one social group to another social group, that changes. And you can only move as fast as the identity of your target market. So I want you to think about that. Who are you creating your products for? Match their identity. And a really interesting change that we have happening right now in this world is we're moving from the age of ownership to the age of frictionless access, which changes forever what we sell and how we approach the marketplace. When I graduated with a degree in electrical engineering in 1982, yeah, I'm that old. When I was hired by Hewlett-Packard, we had this huge factory where we made oscilloscopes and logic analyzers. And we made everything there. We made the knobs, we bent the metal, we built the printed circuit boards, we loaded them up, we put them through the soldering machine. We even made our own glass for the cathode ray tubes. I know, unbelievable, isn't it? Today, that factory is empty. There's a little teeny marketing department, there's a little teeny weeny lab, and nothing else. Everything is outsourced. It used to be that we would own the means of production. We don't do that anymore. Now we just pay for access. Why would I want to buy a CD or a DVD when I can get every movie, I can get every song ever recorded from Pandora or from Spotify or from Apple Music? I don't own that anymore. That's a big change and one that you need to understand. Your job is to provide easy access to what your customers want. And it's a big change. So the second thing to stay ahead of technology is I want you to look into the future and dream big. Here's why. Innovators create a future that does not yet exist using methods that have not yet been invented. That's you. You are inventing things that don't yet exist. We create the future. The future is here in this room. So keep an idea diary. When you have an idea, whether you think you can do it or not, doesn't matter, write it down. Because you get to create that as the technology catches up. Why is more important than how. Keep in mind that the people that ask why have all the employees. The people that ask how work for the people that ask why. Dream big. And so you only share your dreams with other dreamers who are creating their future too. Keep your dreams safe. But your dreams are changing the world. Number 3 is apply Moore's Law. We talked about that a little bit earlier. Compute, bandwidth, and storage continues to improve exponentially. Any technology limits you imagine right now will be gone in your lifetime. Who's familiar with Netflix? Oh yeah, Reid Hoffman, the founder of Netflix, in the year 2000 said, I can visualize the bandwidth so that we can watch a movie using Moore's Law. He predicted that would happen in 2015. He was wrong. He had enough bandwidth in 2012. He created Netflix by using Moore's Law to predict when he could do it. And now Netflix owns the market. This year, Netflix will spend $8 billion to make movies. 80 movies this year. 700 series. Pretty amazing. That's what Moore's Law can do for you in your future. It only took 12 years to catch up. Technology will keep up with your vision, just be ready to exploit it. And number 4, consider your world in 4 different time frames. Today, 0 to 6 months, in which case you're going to be chasing what the market wants. You're going to take an idea and you're going to make it a little bit better and chase the market to find yourselves a few customers. Then you're going to look 6 to 18 months out in which you're going to be a needs seeker. What will they need next? And that's what you're going to build for them. And then you're going to look 18 to 36 months out, and there you're going to be the technology innovator, because it's going to take you that long to figure out how to build the technology and for the compute power to catch up with your dream. Then you want to be looking 3 to 5 years out, which is the next generation targeter. Right now, the CEOs, the chief executive officers of major companies, are figuring out how to sell to 14-year-olds who will then be 19 5 years out. The difference between somebody who buys now at 19 and somebody who buys 5 years from now will be very different, because the 14-year-olds play Minecraft. So they see the world a different way. These folks are using emojis to communicate across multiple languages. We now have a common language. It's called emojis. They now make novels written in emojis. It's a single language. The world is getting much, much smaller, my friends. Are you preparing for that world? So, to wrap up this, my suggestion is that you dream big and let the rest of the world catch up with you. Keep in mind, my friends, we create the future. This is the group of people that creates the future. I'm honored to speak with you because we are going to create a better world through collaboration, through kindness, and ultimately, my friends, through lots of cash. You ready? Let's go!